Yeah, yeah. And that's what you buy insurance for, right? You buy insurance that to be there when a claim occurs. Unfortunately, the stats are that 44% of the time, when there is an incident, the insured isn't getting the benefit of the coverage because of deficiencies in the tech stack at time of claim. In other words, the carrier's coming in, they're seeing what happened, but then and they're, let's say they came in through, credential breach, and there was not MFA in the environment. And then they look at the application says MFA, check yes, there, or backup, check yes, or, any of those controls there. And it could be unintentional, certainly. It could
Most
be a
of the time, I think it's unintentional.
right, right.
We have MFA across most of our systems, but we're not paying attention to the marketing system where personally identifiable information is going in and there's no MFA there, right? So I think that's where that yes, no, gotcha point worries me for many of the people looking for cyber insured ability, because they're like, well, we have that. They check the box, yes, but it's, nobody's really watching to say, is it universal, right? Until
Right,
time
right.
comes.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Uh and the carriers, quite frankly, are sometimes a step behind in terms of, coming up with the right way to approach risk here. I mean, the cybersecurity, as you know, is a dynamic, it's shifting all the time. Obviously, AI is now becoming a bigger part of that too. And it's tough for the underwriters to catch up. But if if you want, what we're looking to do, and this is why we think the partnership with MSPs is makes a lot of sense from an insurance standpoint, is we want to make sure at the end of the day that the clients have confidence that when something does happen, that the carrier will be there for them. And that's why we've designed our underwriting approach to really understand what the technology is. The MSPs don't have to complete an application. The insured, the client, answers a few questions, but because we have that transparency into the technical environment, we're taking a lot of that uncertainty out for the client there.
Yeah, and that uncertainty and that is something that I think the client can really appreciate, and the MSP is perfectly suited to help guide that
Right,
conversation a little bit, right? They've got the knowledge that the traditional business person that we work with doesn't have, and
right.
they're able to communicate that to folks like yourself. Maybe talk a little bit about, that part of the process, like, what are you looking for during underwriting? How are you making sure that, the customer, when that need comes, has a better than average chance of getting paid out, right? Because,
Yeah.
let's face it, insurers are not, they know they have to pay out, but they want to limit how much they have to pay out in all occasions.
Right, right. Well, we do that a couple ways. First, just structurally, and this is more on the insurance side, we're what's known as a managing general agent. So we've created the underwriting criteria, and then we've contracted with a carrier to provide the capacity or the backing, if you will, for that. So we have a lot more control, if you will, into the process and how it will be handled, even on the claim side here. The second part is, the underwriting approach that we're taking because we're working with the MSPs. We pre-underwrite the MSP, we pre-underwrite the tech stack, we pre-underwrite the SOPs that they have with regards to the clients. So we take a lot of that friction, so to speak, out of the whole application process. And then when someone is interested in proceeding with coverage, we then there's some specific areas that we're looking for, and we validate that they're there, and that validation process means that if a claim does occur, you know, I can say never, but it's greatly reduces that chance that there was being an issue, at least from a technical standpoint, that claim will be on.